And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking. They refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Randall passes to Gibson. It's deflected. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. To the middle. Here's Zubac. It's stolen by Randall. Pass to Ntilikina. Six on the shot clock. Outside Gibson. Here's Randall. Unable to get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Randall, coming off a stellar performance against Washington. And that one drops.
It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision.
Here's Beverley. Harkless dishes to George. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Now you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Ntilikina passes to Gibson. Pass to Randall. Over Harkless. It's blocked. Here's Leonard. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Ntilikina can't hit.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Here's George. It's stolen by Barrett. 3 on 3. There's the pass to Ntilikina. New York needs to get off a shot. Randall trying to get open as Gibson.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started. Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Pass to Zubac. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Zubac. No points in the game yet for him. Looking at the schedule, Doris, about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
The free throw drops for Zubac. That one is no good.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Here's George, following the basket by Julius Randle. George against Gibson. Shot clock at 6. Outside Leonard, over Morris, and Leonard gets it to go.
One thing that stands out over the course of Leonard's career is how efficient and effective he has been on the offensive end.
Now, here is Morris. He had 10 points in the win against the Wizards in Washington. Great D that time from Leonard.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And yes, it's good.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Here's Ntilikina. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to Barrett. Over George. Trying to get open is Gibson. And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, the Belgian native with the nice dime. Frank Ntilikina getting better as a distributor.
It's rebounded by Barrett. Knicks trail by 3. Stolen by George. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Pass to Barrett. Clock at 6. The pass to Ntilikina. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in. And a switcher also for New York. Portis is checked in. Here's Ntilikina. Defended by George. Stolen by Beverley. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball. And too long on the shot. Knicks trail by 5. Here's Randle. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
The Knicks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Lou Williams is checked in for Paul George. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Payton, he's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Leonard on the wing. Fades back and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Leonard's got 8 points.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard, doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Outside Portis. He kicks it to Payton. Just 5 to shoot. Over Beverley. No good from Payton. Clippers leading by 4. Out to the right wing. Now here's Beverley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Floats one up. No good. Great D that time from Payton. Knicks trail by 4. Randle outside. Back to Payton. Morris finds Payton. Outside Portis. The three-pointer, no good. The Clippers have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And he's known as the Claw, Kawhi Leonard Doris, with some of the biggest hands in the NBA.
Well, consider, Kevin, that hand is over 11 inches from thumb to pinky. That's 52% wider than the normal hand. Basically, his hands correspond to a person who would be almost 9 feet tall. Incredible.
An effective mid-range scorer, Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Here's Williams. Got a hand on it. Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
And so here are the Clippers. The Knicks making the shot. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Floats it up there for Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Pass to Portis. Leonard against Morris. Over Leonard. Morris, no good. Clippers leading by 4. And here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Harrell, the pass to Beverly. Harrell kicks to Harkless. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
Leonard inside, covered by Payton. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Williams.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed.
Rodney McGruder comes in for Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Julius Randle. Kevin Knox comes in for Marcus Morris. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. And Smith subbed in for Payton. For New York, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter of the game. Shot clock at 5. Knocked loose. Williams with the steal. McGruder kicks to Williams. Outside, Green. Passes it to Harrell. Shamet on the wing. Ellington defending. From deep. But they'll get another chance. Robinson with the block. And he gets it back.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Knox the pass to Ellington. 59 seconds left to play in the first. Smith left side. Cans the shot from the wing.
Well, Dennis Smith Jr. continues to work on that jump shot, but boy, looking fluid right there.
Outside Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Smith against Williams. Portis drives in. Back to Smith. Pass to Portis. Here's Knox. From deep three-point range. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Shamet the pass to Harrell. Williams with the ball. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she bears herself off there. And, you know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Dennis Smith is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Knox in at the 3 slot. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Knicks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Harrell. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Clippers lead by 3.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Smith, no good. Clippers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Loads it up there for Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And it's the power on that
I tell you, this guy off his feet and in the air, it's like a dunk contest.
Shamet the pass to Mann. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Outside Portis, back to Smith. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Man, covered by Smith. Here's Shamet. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Knicks trail by 5. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. But now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Well, Dennis Smith Jr. in the pick and roll. Boy, you don't know if he's going to rise and fire or set his teammate up.
Here's Shamet. Robinson with the block. They get it back. Mann, covered by Smith. Here's Mann. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Clippers third.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Smith the pass to Robinson. The pass to Knox. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Knox. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Knicks ball.
And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Paul George, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. Frank Ntilikina comes in for Smith. Here's Knox. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 to shoot. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Los Angeles leading by 3. Now Shamet. 9 points last game out. Ntilikina with the rebound.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Passes to Robinson. Here's Knox. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Knox. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Take a look at the Knicks. This season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference.
Well, right now for the Knicks, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
Here's Harrell. Robinson with the block. Here's Ntilikina, defended by George. To the left wing, here's Knox. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Los Angeles leading by 3. George with the bucket. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Hey, you're asking for trouble now if you let Paul George get room to run. Excellent transition and superb at getting himself in the right position.
Here's Ntilikina. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Knox. Here's Robinson. And it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. Kevin, how fast does he get off his feet?
And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Ntilikina looking it over. Here's Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Clearly a foul.
And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim doors, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
And that one falls for Robinson. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Now, here is Robinson. 9 points last game. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him. And New York making a change here. Barrett's checked in. Here's Payton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 13. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Gibson.
And Gibson always has had a solid mid-range game. You can't let him get comfortable from that spot.
Outside Williams. Kicks to George. Pass to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Ntilikina, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The pass to Payton. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
Julius Randle's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. Now, here's Barrett. Guarded closer. 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Gibson. A 3 from Morris. Doesn't go for him. ET that time from Leonard. Now, here's Beverley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. For 3, Williams. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To the paint. Here's Randle. Nails the baby hook. Randle's got 9.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And here is Williams. He has 7. Here's Leonard. Randle grabs the board. Knicks trail by 9. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
George against Morris. From 13, the shot, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Leonard kicks to George. Here's the floater. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. That's now 8 points for George.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Payton passes to Randle. Over Williams. Trying to get open is Gibson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside, Leonard. It's rebounded by Barrett. Knicks trail by 9. Randle down low, defended by George. Outside Gibson. Pass to Randle. Down low. Morris kicks to Payton. And the three off target. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. The feed now to Leonard. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Well, Kawhi Leonard starting to percolate, guys. You may want to start checking this guy.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Gibson against Williams. Pulls it up. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Knicks trail by 11. Morris passes to Payton. Randall against Williams. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
New York shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Los Angeles. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Knicks. That free throw good from Randall. 20 seconds left in the first half. George looking around. That will count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Fantastic defense from Barrett there. It helps big time when he gives the hustle and stays home with his man.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And so here is New York. 8-point game. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Randall no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Clippers shooting well. They're at 45%. And Beverly kicks to George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got the first points of the second half here for the Clippers.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir. Boy, when you look at the numbers and the impact for Paul George, there is no question he's been in the MVP conversation. The outside shooting, the ability to attack the rim, and the force he is on the defensive end, just so impressive.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. A promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And Doris with George and his offense last season might have been his best effort yet.
Yeah, Kevin, he had to take on more responsibility on the offensive end, and you could tell he has shot more and more threes. He gives his team a much-needed outside threat. You loved everything Paul George is able to give you. Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Leonard on the wing. Fires the 3. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
Brilliant second-half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ntilikina passes to Randall. Morris outside. At the elbow, it's Barrett. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Leonard.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Now here's Randall. 16 points for him. Ntilikina kicks to Morris. Over Beverly. The Clippers grab the miss.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's the three. Traps in the tray. Beverly's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Ntilikina passes to Barrett. The dish now to Morris. Here's Ntilikina. It's good from long range.
Well, this is what they want from Ntilikina. Come with an aggressive attitude and be confident in your three-point shot.
Leonard on the wing. Baseline J on the way. And no good that time. And New York will come the other way. Knocked away. Paul George with the steal. Here's Beverly. The shot's good on the assist by George. Beverly's got 5 points in the quarter.
Kevin, terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
New York calls timeout. Doris, you can't say enough about the defense of Paul George. I mean, he is absolutely terrific. In for Zubac. Rodney McGruder comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for New York, Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Randall. And Smith subbed in for Morris. Here's Knox. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over George. Tries again. Robinson. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Knicks. And that one falls for Robinson. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Smith. Paul George making his last shot. Lays it up off the glass. 8 points for Dennis Smith.
Boy, you have to absorb the bump on the jump shot, and Dennis Smith Jr. still able to deliver. That is not easy, folks.
Now, here's George. He's got 12. Pass to Harkless. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Knicks trail by 15. Smith left side. No good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And the pass to Harkless. Out to the wing. Harrell kicks to Magruder. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's George missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Barrett. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. The 19-foot shot. The offensive rebound. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, one of the many reasons Paul George is beloved by his team, an elite scorer, a lockdown defender, and extremely good at working the glass.
Los Angeles shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Williams in for Rodney Magruder. Throw good, Paul George.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But wow.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. No good that time. The Knicks go the other way with it. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, how about the athleticism of young Mr. Knox? Get up, sir.
Smith against Williams. George. Rebounded by Knox. Knicks trail by 14. Here's Smith. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Clippers have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Shamet. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 16. Ellington finds Smith. Back to Ellington. Left side, Portis. The rebound by Paul George.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Shamet on the wing. From downtown. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got his 7th assist in the game. Knicks trail by 19. Smith outside. Here's the teardrop. And that's 2 points on the layup. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, perfecting the floater would make Dennis Smith Jr. unguardable. How about that pretty jumper?
On the wing, Williams. Back to Shamet. Green kicks to Shamet. Just 5 on the clock. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 17 points for Paul George.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Shoots the three. Portis can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 19 points. Here's George. Good work there as it goes. George has got 11 points here in just the second half.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
New York calls timeout.
And no doubt some of the numbers for Lou Williams. He's averaging about 19 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Harrell.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Pass to Portis. He feeds it to Robinson. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by George. It's 2-on-1. Goes up. And George with the stuff.
Well, you see the elite nature of Paul George's game. Make a steal on one end, finish with authority on the other.
To the middle, here's Knox. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Kevin Knox, yet another player out of the University of Kentucky. We've seen so many enter the NBA from that program. What they love about Kevin Knox is his ability to score at all 3 levels.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And with Knox, the Knicks kept feeding him minutes, Doris, allowing him to learn on the fly.
Yes, because of the circumstance with his team, he got a lot of the offense running through him as the season progressed. And for Kevin Knox, he had ample room to grow and make mistakes, and that's critical to his development.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, you think about Kevin Knox, 1 year of collegiate basketball at the University of Kentucky before being picked 9th overall in 2018. Let's remember, he's young, but he seemed to be prepared for the bright lights.
And he gets it to go. George has got 23 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Payton passes to Knox. Back to Payton. Outside Portis. Robinson down low. Harrell on him. Robinson misses. Los Angeles has gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. And Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Ntilikina passes to Knox. Clock at 6. From the line, offensive rebound, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. The Knicks have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Leonard against Payton. Leonard looking over the floor. Over Randall. Again, the Clippers.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency.
On the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. Taj Gibson is out there with Morris. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Trier in at the 2-guard spot. Back to Patterson. Pass to Beverly. Trier with the rebound. And for the Knicks, they're shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Mr. Morris leaves no doubt.
Here's Robinson. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, George, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
That second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Magruder's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Payton gets the bucket.
Well, just big-time athleticism. When Elfrid Payton is driving with a purpose, he is determined to score.
Pass to man. Zubac's in the post. Defended by Gibson. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Magruder, 5 to shoot. From deep. But they get it back. Bounce pass Robinson. Over to the wing. From deep 3-point range. He can't get it to go. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game. Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And there's the pass to Magruder. Zubats against Gibson. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first.
Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals.
True.
This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
And both free throws good for Payton.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Pass to Patterson. Passes it to Zubats. Patterson with it. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Mann. The Knicks pull it in. Gibson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Payton. Defense is right there. It's good. Payton's got 6 points in the quarter.
See, Elfrid Payton, even though he's defended well, makes sure to get off a quality shot. That's nice.
Pass to Magruder. Zubats with it, covered by Payton. From 10 feet out. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Near the three-point line, it's Morris. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 7 rebounds in the game. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Magruder kicks to Robinson. To the wing right side. Here's Zubats. Los Angeles with another miss.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends.
In for Damian Dotson. There it comes in for Alonzo Trier. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. And the pass to Shamet. Here's Zubats. He can't get that one. Here's New York. They're on a 12-3 run. And Barrett gets it to go.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Beverly against Gibson. And that one's good. Beverly.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Leonard against Randall. Here's Ntilikina. From deep. It's deflected. Here's Shamet. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Pass to Randall. To the left side wing. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, Which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Ntilikina passes to Gibson. Passes it to Ntilikina. Poked away. Here's Barrett. The Knicks rebound. Gibson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Let's remember, Taj Gibson is one of the most physical players in the league on both ends. He loves to pick up these fouls.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, you talk about a player who is a consummate pro, Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Knicks also changing it up. Ellington comes in for Morris, and it's Dennis Smith in for Ntilikina. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. He gets it in there. Shamit's got 4 points this quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Smith against Beverly. It's stolen by Green. Beverly up top, covered by Smith. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
And it's the Clippers' ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Here's Shamit. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Offensive rebound. Here's Green. And he lays it straight in.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
Beverly against Smith. Pass to Gibson. Randall down low. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Zubac's with it. Outside, Green. Randall with some nice D.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Smith surveying the D. Out to the right wing. Randall finds Ellington. Nice shot by Smith.
Well, timing and rhythm, such a big part of shooting. Dennis Smith Jr., pretty look.
Beverly against Smith. Now here's Beverly. He's tightly guarded. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Doris, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
And he makes the first. And a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Julius Randle. Dotson's checked in for Barrett. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Both shots good from the stripe. Knicks have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Outside Robinson. There's the pass to Knox. Misses the 3. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 16-4 run. Pass to Patterson. The shot will not fall. The Knicks go the other way with it. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Smith outside. It's deflected.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Man, covered by Smith. Pass to Zubats. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Dotson the pass to Smith. It's blocked. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Robinson. Pass to Patterson. Over to the left wing. The pass to Robinson. 6 to shoot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Here's Trier. And that one hits back iron. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do